Hello and welcome to Raincheck, or welcome back to Raincheck, I guess. Uh, if you remember what happened last time, we are right now going to do a stakeout, and we met Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence. We met Lawrence. I think he looks like a brat, but yeah, not like a brat, but like he looks stuck up. Yeah, stuck up rich boy, something like that. Let's get to it though. I rise from the bed and stretch my tired limbs, letting out a soft groan as I mute my alarm and wake up from my nap. Jeez. My gaze is drawn to the softly blinking segmenter on my bedside table. Oh right, maybe it's time to figure out what this thing does. I pick it up, power it on, and find myself staring at the tiny LED screen, feeling a bit lost. With just a handful of buttons, it can't be that complicated, can it? I press each button methodically, but the screen remains unchanged. I try aiming the segmenter around, but unsurprisingly nothing happens. Feeling frustrated, I opt out for a quick refresh in the bathroom instead. God, I look like a mess. I fixate on the bruise on my thigh, wincing as I gently prod it. Well, at least it's not getting any worse, I guess. What? I wonder who that could be. Rose said he let me know when they're coming to pick me up. I cautiously approach the door, curiosity rising. Looking through the spyglass, I find it darker than expected. Did the hallway lights go out? I'm barely able to make out a nervous-looking hyena on the other side. Who is this guy? Hi, can I help you? I speak up, making sure they can hear me through the door. Hey, is your power out too? I'm staying in the room next to you. My power? I hit the wall switch by the door. No, it seems fine. Okay, I guess I'll talk with the front desk about it. Thanks. The hyena disappears from the view before I slowly open the door and notice the lights in the hallway flickering. Wait. I look down at the segmenter, still in my paws. Did I do that? Holy shit. This thing has crazy range. Well, now that I know what it's capable of, I shouldn't mess around with it anymore. I see why Javier was so cautious earlier. I walk over to my bedside and pick up my phone. Hello? We'll be there in 30 minutes. Please change into something more inconspicuous. Hey, Javier, what should I... The call abruptly ends before I can finish my question. Well, so much for that. It's been over 40 minutes now. This drive feels way longer than I remember. We haven't really talked much either, since Rose focused on driving on Javier's typing away on his laptop. Eventually, I can spot the familiar lights blinking from the cooling towers off in the distance. We must be getting close. Wow, we're almost there. How are you feeling, Theodore? Honestly, I'm still kind of nervous, but at least I'm not scared anymore. Good. You have nothing to be afraid of. I want to know why I got those texts, and why the power plant. What does it all mean? There's Monty, too. Exactly. I wonder what the connection is, or if there is any. The car suddenly jolts, causing Javier's laptop to fall on the floor. Could you try to avoid the potholes? I'm working here. How about I drive over 3 more just for you? The fox focuses back on his laptop, sounding defeated. Are you almost done? No, I'm not. I'm trying to wrap up the decryption process on the data Lawrence gave me, among some other things. But it's taking longer than expected. If it's not a PGB2, then... Don't tell me it's... The fox continues to murmur to himself about the content on the screen. that I don't fully understand. Some time passes and familiar sights of the streets and blindings of the buildings around me start to become recognizable. In any case, we're as close as we can be. The fox closes the laptop shut and stores it away in the glove compartment. Alright. I wasn't getting anywhere anyway, thanks to somebody. So what's the plan? Ro parks the car, and the two of them turn around to face me. We did some more investigating earlier, and found this place we decommissioned years ago. Yet, it's still operating. Which means the people, the activity, and especially the signals shouldn't have been there earlier. I got the paperwork and the warrant pre-approved, signed, and submitted, so we can infiltrate inside too. What? Ro's sudden sharp voice catches me off guard. What do you mean, what? That's not why I asked you to get the paperwork signed. We're not going inside. What? Then why the hell did he ask me to do it? So we can be here in the first place and collect information that's defensible in court. Okay, and? We already went in earlier, so the warrant practically covers us going in again. What's going on? What's this warrant? We need to get a warrant every time we investigate any points of interest. It lets us investigate and deem any information we gather there to be lawful and usable in court if needed. Normally, we get one approved before we visit a location, but we couldn't get one approved for this one in the morning, such a short notice, until recently. Who is it? What for? Oh. Which we're not. You saw what happened. It's too dangerous. We're going to stay outside and survey from a distance. Wait, too dangerous? You could have taken on at least 24 of those guys. You weren't too busy saving that big pig earlier. Let's have Theodore go inside alone while I sneak back in to investigate the signal. Meanwhile, you can keep an eye on Theodore just to be safe. Why do you always have to be so stubborn? Do you hear yourself? It is too dangerous. Theodore could get hurt. That's why you're here. The two continue arguing until Ro raises his voice, which silences Javier and shakes the entire car. Since we can't come to a decision, why don't we ask Theodore? It's his issue, after all. Fine, that sounds good to me. I'm sure Theodore can pick the obvious answer. The two stare at me eagerly, each hoping I'll side with them. You guys want me to decide? Yes, now choose. We don't have all night. In the cases of I'm not sure if anything will even happen on the outside, like besides watching people come and go, I think I'd rather go inside. We'll go with Javier's. Well, I mean, we're already here, right? We'll probably get more information if we go inside. Exactly. We're going in. Zero. I'm glad someone agrees with me. But could you explain again why we're here why we're looking for the signal? What's so important? I was oversimplifying. Oh, this dude, he's gonna go yapping again. I was oversimplifying. There's no yak. That is to simply say, it wouldn't be suspicious to find something where it doesn't belong. Yeah, I guess. Great. Then, if that's all the questions, I suggest we depart at once. The faster we get in, the faster we can leave. The faster I can go home. As for our escape route, I can drive the car to the front afterwards, and you two can make a run for it when we leave. Okay, but I don't really like the idea of being a distraction or bait. What if I stayed in the car? Listen, I didn't want you here at all, but somebody wanted to bring you along. I told you it's better to keep them close in case something happens. Fine. he's here, he's going to be useful. He's going to be a liability if he goes in. You mutt. He's already a liability just being here. Javier ignores Ro's disdain and returns his attention to me. Theodore, they're expecting you, and we need to take advantage of that, right? I nod slowly, understanding the task at hand. So you want me to be like Monty and get information? Precisely. What if they recognize me? We are undetectable earlier, jammed the cameras, and Ro put the rest of the guys into a coma, probably. Nothing to worry about. I guess. Don't sweat it. Ro will be nearby just to make sure, okay? While I'll be infiltrating inside, understand? The fox stares at Ro, who responds back with a low growl before turning to look at me. Fine. Great then. We'll be needing these. The fox opens the glove compartment and takes out a case that contains several earpieces. Take one and put it in your ear so we can communicate with you. I do as I'm told and place one tightly on my ear. Javier inspects my ear and gives me a curt nod before they follow my lead. Alright, looks like we're good to go. The three of us carefully walk down the dark, wide road towards the power plant, with Ro leading the way. It's awfully silent, what happens to be ambient noises I heard earlier. After some time, we come to a stop as we see the gates in the horizon. We should split off here. Okay, Theodore. All you have to do is walk up to the gates and announce yourself. Should be easy enough. I stare back at Ro, who still looks miffed about all this. I'm going to be around the back. I'll notify you two when I'm done. The fox makes his way off the road, disappearing off behind some buildings. Are you ready? I think so. I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, though. That's normal. Go on up. I'll be watching out for you from the sides. The wolf pats me on the back before giving me a wink and a small push forward. Break a leg. Real funny. I walk up to the gate, aware of my presence is probably being monitored by the countless cameras around. Hello? I'm here for I got text saying to come here. I try to knock on the gate for their attention, and feel the gate slowly being pushed free. That's strange. It's not locked. Hello? Is anybody here? I stand around for almost a full minute before Javier's voice rings through the earpiece. Wait a bit, and see if anyone comes out. I'm not seeing any signs of activity here. Sure, but the gate's not locked. Maybe they all left. In that case, try and go in and look around. Okay. I push the gate until there's just enough room for me to slip in. I'm coming inside. I announce myself for the final time, but when nothing happens, I make my way in. The silence is more noticeable now that I'm roaming around. Something seems off. There's equipment scattered across the area, with forklifts and trucks parked in the middle of the place. It's like whoever here just vanished. Guys, this place is empty. As expected, I picked up the underground signal again. Heading back towards it now. How does it look outside, Ro? No cars, anywhere. Not even in the parking lot. Should we meet up with you, Javier? No, not yet. Try and see if you two can gain access to the control room, while I try and figure out how to track down the signal. It might prove to be some insight as to what happened here. Control room. Stay put, Theodore. I'm just around the corner. Okay. I spend the next few moments in complete silence, waiting by a utility shed for Ro. Unnerving as it is, I manage to keep my composure long enough to see Ro pop up from around the corner, beckoning for me. I found a way in. Come in. To the control room? Probably. I follow Ro through a side path I didn't take while coming in, and it leads to an imposing building with large glass doors.
Did you see anything on your way in?
No, did you?
No. I'm starting to think they left right after we did.
What makes you say that?
Just a hunch. It feels so weird seeing all the equipment just laying around. This place was supposed to be abandoned years ago. Makes me wonder how long it's been occupied, considering most buildings and vehicles look relatively well kept.
We make it to an old set of large barred steel doors before a small, unassuming building.
These doors are locked, and if you follow the walls, it leads to a large warehouse over there.
He effortlessly swings the doors open, takes a peek inside, and enters before nodding me over.
It's clear.
I make my way in, following Ro, but immediately stopped when I realize that the room is mostly lit up. Huh? The lights are still on. Does that mean someone's still here?
Not necessarily. These look motion activated.
We spent the next few moments scanning around, finding a way forward.
Over there, that way.
The wolf points down a long, narrow hallway that's covered with folders and papers haphazardly scattered about. Careful, these pipes are dangerously low. I watch Ro as he maneuvers his way through the obstacles with ease, ducking under and striding over all the pipes that protrude from the walls. He makes it look easy. What's with all these papers? It looks like whoever dropped these didn't have the time to pick them back up. We quickly notice that most, if not all, the papers have been blacked out and redacted. The wolf picks up a couple of folders and quickly scans their contents before throwing them back down.
Notice how they're all spotless and clean? These were placed here rather recently.
They've been all redacted. How suspicious. Curiously, I pick up a paper and try to hold it against the light to see if I can read anything.
That won't work. They're photocopies.
I wonder what they're trying to hide.
Probably something illegal.
We exit the hallway and enter a large holding area for supplies. I don't think this leads to the control room.
Dead end.
My eyes catch sight of a stairwell on the side of the wall that leads to a door on the second floor. Wait, maybe not. It keeps going over there.
Where are you guys? Where are you guys?
We're in some kind of buffer area where they store the equipment and supplies.
Did you find the control room?
No, not yet. What's the matter?
Theodore, did you just use your phone a moment ago?
No, why?
I just got a high frequency spike from my spectrometer, meaning someone's phone is broadcasting to a nearby cell tower.
Then we're not alone. How annoying.
Exactly, and they're close by, so be careful. I'm still trying to gain access to the basement.
Alright.
So, Ro returns back a nod as I motion to the stairs, though our movements now much slower and methodical, making sure we won't make too much noise. I really hope we don't run into anyone. I don't want to get into another fight. As we reach the top, Ro scouts through the door's only window.
This way.
We enter into another hallway, but this looks a lot more run down and damp. There's at least 10 rooms that have their doors fully opened. It feels like this place got pillaged with how messy everything is. What the hell happened here? Though my voice is a whisper, Ro glances at me and points a digit to his hips. We slowly navigate down the mess, periodically glancing into the rooms as we pass. Room 32A. Room 32B. The room looks identical. A bunch of desks with some lab equipment on top, with the occasional empty beakers on the side, with all the cabinets wide open. Otherwise, they're pretty much empty. Eventually, we reach the end of the hallway and turn the corner, only to be greeted by a skinny metal door. Stairs. The wolf opens a door and peers down this dark stairwell.
Javier, we found stairs that go down at least 2 floors, or 4 floors.
Let me know where it ends. I just got down the basement.
I take that as my cue to enter, and descend down the floor after floor in what seems to be the most eerie set of stairs I've ever seen. We enter another corridor, but this one is dimly lit, with emergency lights casting a strange glow on everything.
We're in the basement now. Where are you?
I'm by the ventilation system.
We couldn't find the control room though. Maybe it's in the other building?
That's fine. It's not important. Where are you guys?
We're in the hallway with some unlabeled rooms. I don't think we're close by.
Should we come find you?
No need. I know where you guys are. Give me a second. I need to show you something I found.
I look over at Ro, who's peering into a room that's filled with equipment.
Is this a power plant or a laboratory?
Now that you mention it, there was some lab stuff we passed upstairs. The wolf walks over to another door, peers in through the door window, and attempts to open the door.
Locked. Tempted to see how well this door holds up, but I'd rather not draw any attention to us.
Curious, I look through another door on the opposite side.
Test tubes, microscopes, and...
Is that one of those chemical showers?
Don't you notice anything off about these rooms?
Off? No, not really.
Exactly. These rooms look well maintained.
So I guess they were doing research here up until recently?
Yep.
Ro and I exchange glances as we both hear footsteps off in the distance. Javier, is that you? I whisper as quietly as I can into the earpiece.
That depends. Do you hear this?
There's a faint snap off in the distance. Phew. I thought you were some mysterious guy lurking around. The fox turns around from the corner down the hall. I've never been happy to see Javier. I heard what you guys were talking about earlier, but I think you two might find this more interesting. He unfolds a piece of crumpled paper from his pocket and passes it over to Ro. The wolf examines it before showing it to me. It's redacted and blacked out, just like the papers we saw earlier.
We saw something similar to this already.
I've heard, but this one's different. And how? It might be hard to tell with the poor lighting here, but this isn't a photocopy. It's not?
Huh, I see. Which means we can potentially put out some information from it.
Precisely. There's also something peculiar on the other side, but I'm not sure what to make of it yet. The wolf flips over the paper. Our eyes scan the document for anything out of the ordinary.
I see.
What? I don't see what's weird. Oh. My eyes stop at the bottom of the page. There's two particular words that aren't redacted. Skeleton, and then several lines that say Hazenide. Skeleton? Hazenide?
Skeleton. How interesting. That would show up here. Not surprised though.
What? That skeleton? Do you think this is related to me and Monty, or maybe they're involved in some illegal drug production? There's a long drawn-out sigh that escapes Ro.
I hate to admit this, but it looks like we need to discuss this with Lawrence.
Looking at it closer, Hazenide looks to be part of a longer word, but it's been blacked out.
Where did you find this?
Found it crumpled up in the ground as I passed by the gates. Interesting thing is, it wasn't next to an incinerator. Interesting thing is it was next to a large incinerator.
Lucky you.
They don't call me the lucky fox for nothing.
No one calls you that.
Well, they could start.
No.
The fox takes the paper back and pulls out his phone with a small metal frame attached to it. Anyway, let's continue searching for the signal. Javier's phone emits a faint beep every so often as we pass by another lengthy, wide hallway. We're getting closer now. RF signals are spiking in this direction. He points to another section of the hallway, separated by 2 large doors.
Careful. We don't know what or who we might find in here.
I heed Rose's warning and let the 2 pass in front of me as I carefully tread between them. Javier takes the lead and stops just beside the door, staring at the door plate.
Server room.
The fox gets on his toes, carefully peering into the room via the small window on the door. It looks empty. Oh, he's so small. He turns the door handle and surprisingly is able to push it open before looking inside.
Empty. Not locked, huh? Got a bad feeling about that. Theodore, go on with Javier. I'll stay out here to keep watch.
Sure. It's so warm in here and loud. The room's big and packed with countless server racks, each housing at least a dozen servers tall, whirling about. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought we were in a data center than a power plant. So these were the signals I've been picking up. The fox's gazes intently on his phone, the screen flickering rapidly regardless of the direction it turns. I didn't expect the power plant to have a server room. Almost all do, to monitor and manage their operations efficiently. However, the size of this one seems disproportionate. The fox scans through the rack of computers that line up the room.
What are we looking for exactly?
Not sure yet, but there might be a computer nearby to control these servers. Computer? You mean like that one over there? I point to the corner of the room that's lined up with monitors and equipment. Javier looks at me in surprise and wastes no time walking over. Huh, it's already on. But nobody's around. Do you think whoever was using it left the computer on? The fox studies the scene and shakes his head in agreement slowly. System back up to the cloud, huh? And it was scheduled 10 minutes ago, too. Javier wastes no time in taking out the small USB and plugs it directly into the computer. What? I'm copying data. Are you sure we should be doing that? Technically, this place is supposed to be abandoned, so I don't see why not. The fox stares back at the screen, and a frown starts to form. This is going to take a couple of minutes? Isn't that fast? The USB is copying just under a petabit per second, which means the servers have a lot stored on them. We can leave immediately after this is done. What about the control room? I thought we were looking for that. I want to get access to their internal network, but since we're already here, his attention goes back to the screen, but Rose suddenly appears next to us, a look of urgency on his face.
Hide, someone's coming. Shall I?
The fox quickly guns down a row of servers, disappearing from sight. With no good hiding spots around, Ro and I hide behind the large server rack we can find at the corner of the room, opposite from the computer and entrance. I'm really hoping the noise in the servers are enough to conceal us. Rose squats down, motioning me to do the same, as he peers through the gaps between the servers. What do you see?
Someone. They're gray and a snow leopard.
The same one Monty said?
I can't tell. I can only see their tail.
What do we do now?
Leave.
We start inching our way towards the exit, but we halt in our tracks when we hear something faint through all the noise. Shit. Hey, let go of me!
Come here, you piece of shit.
Javier's voice is panicked on the earpiece, with Ro getting up immediately and rushing over. Crap. I take my earpiece off and run the other way, trying to keep myself hidden as I try to get a better view. I slowly creep down the aisles, making sure not to reveal my location too soon. Let go of me, you cat! Shit, where's Javier? His voice is muffled through all the noise, but he sounds close by. I sneak down another row and catch a glimpse of Ro through a small divide of cabinets. Ro's standing in front of the snow leopard, who has Javier in a precarious chokehold. a blade pressed alarmingly close to his throat.
More spies, huh? Who are you two working for? Who sent you? Start talking or I'll slit his fucking throat in half.
The masked man moves the blade closer to Javier's throat as Ro slowly inches his way forward.
We're not spies. Bullshit.
The wolf calmly rises his paws out, hoping to de-escalate the situation.
Relax. Put the knife down. Let's talk. Stay the fuck back. Don't tell me what to do. You don't think I'll do it.
Huh? He points the knife wildly, bouncing between Javier and Ro.
Wait, I know you. You're the one that beat the shit out of us earlier. Now you're back to finish the job, huh? We're everywhere. You can't do shit to us.
Shit. I need to do something for Javier, or Javier's going to die. Wait, I got the segmenter. I'm practically around the corner at this point, but it seems like I'm still hidden. Okay, I'll jump out, distract him, and turn off the lights. Hopefully that'll give an opening for Road to save Javier. That's very smart, but I don't know. If I was this man, not saying I would, because I wouldn't. I would never do this to someone as small as this fox. He's too cute to die. Or anyone really. But if I was him, I'm saying that I would slit his throat in the time, because like the lights are off. He's gonna move. Like I'm thinking the big man's gonna move. I'm just gonna go at it. That is bad things to say on the channel, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Just saying, I wouldn't do this. I would not do it, but Theo is doing.
Let this be a lesson to you, fucking wolf. No one crosses blackout and lives with it.
I hear Javier yell out as the masked man holds him tighter in a chokehold. Hey! I jump around the corner and in a panic, start mashing the buttons on the segmenter as fast as I can.
Who the hell?
Oh wow. Yeah. Was that a gunshot? There's a sudden loud bang that pierces the silence, accompanied by a bright flash of light. Was that a gun? I immediately ducked down and scrambled to hide behind one of the shelves to cover.
Fuck off!
There's nothing but silence. Is it over? The seconds tick by painfully as my eyes adapt to the darkness, only to be momentarily blinded by the emergency lights kicking in. I don't hear anything. There's no one around. Guys? Explain my ass. My eyes finally readjust, and I rush over to the fox that's now laying on the ground. Javier, are you okay? Where's Ro? Where's the other guy? They ran out. I kneel down, trying to get closer to Javier. Are you hurt? Obviously. The fox slowly rises, patting the dirt off his clothes and feeling his neck. Are you okay? What happened? I fell over and got winded. My neck is sore, but fortunately, it's not sliced open. Wow, you have a thick neck actually. Surprised someone actually you are small though. And you're just 90% floof. What happened? Javier takes a moment to catch his breath as he stares off towards the exit. After you turn off the power, I saw an opening to bite their arm, but subsequently got down when Ro came charging in. I couldn't see much after that, but I heard them run out. Also, he was equipped with a knife and a gun. Talk about prepared. The fox nods at me as I reveal the segmenter from my paw. So that's what it was. Good thinking. Although, you could have done it sooner. Thanks. I kinda panicked the last second, so I just got up and ended mashing buttons. But I'm glad it worked out. What do you mean you mashed the buttons? I was more or less mashing on the... You mean you didn't use the lowest setting? Uh, I don't know. You idiot. This is the first time I've ever seen Javier this angry. The fox takes out his phone and waves the blank screen to me. Let's hope my phone hasn't been damaged. Javier rushes over to the computer that's now off to retrieve the USB. And let's hope the data isn't corrupted either. Sorry, you're in danger, and that was the only thing I could think of. He sends a piercing glare my way, but then eases, releasing a heavy sigh. Sigh. Let's make sure Ro's okay. The fox approaches me awkwardly and hesitantly reaches out a paw before immediately retracting it. And thank you for saving me. I owe you. Don't mention it. Is this how he says thanks? As we head back up, there's no sign of Ro, but we trace his likely path through the vague wreckage he left behind. There's shattered glass and swung open doors that weren't there earlier. Stay alert. That cat could still be looking around. I hold on to a broom I found while making our way up, ready to swing it if that leopard shows up again. We spend the next several minutes searching the floors for Ro, but it ends up fruitless. I swear to God, why would he do something so dangerous as chasing him after a maniac? You think he's okay? Yes, but I'm more worried about us. Eventually, we make our way back to where I first entered from, and I see Ro off in the distance, completely drenched head to toe. Ro! Jesus. I rush over to Ro, who's clearly looking annoyed. Bastard. You're not hurt, are you? What happened? He extends out a paw from his pocket, revealing a same knife that was used on Javier earlier. There's particularly a pointiness to the knife that makes me nervous, just looking at it. The fox takes out a small Ziploc bag from within his coat and gingerly stores it inside. How exotic. I've never seen blades as sharp as this. Glad it's in my paws instead of on my neck. Wait, isn't this the snow leopard's? He threw it at me when I was trying to catch him, but... The wolf looks inside, and it's only now that I realize how hard it's storming. Ro, your shoulder. I stare in disbelief as I point at the dark red soaked stain that's slowly seeping down his coat. I'll be fine. He only grazed me. Will you please be more careful? What am I going to do if you get hurt? Though, we've made a lot of progress tonight, which means I have a lot to process. Okay, so what do we do now? We leave, especially since Ro here is injured. But it's pouring outside. Ro walks over and wraps me underneath his coat, which is surprisingly dry on the inside. Come on, it's getting late. $3,508, 3509. I wonder what Ro wants to talk about at this time of night. I'm here. The door swings open, and I'm greeted with the sight of Ro in just his jockstraps. Oh, this is a bad time. I can come back later. No, come in. It's late enough. I decide to plop down on the sofa, trying my best to not stare at Ro's changes. Trying my best not to stare as Ro changes. So, how's your shoulder? The wolf scoffs and gives me a grin. I told you, it's just a graze, nothing to worry about. You say that, but it's not every day I see someone get shot. He quickly flexes his broad arms and gives me a shrug back. I'm fine. If you say so. I can't help but sneak a few glances over at Ro, admiring his well-defined back muscles through his coffee red fur. Anyway, what's up? Why'd you ask me to come over? You said it was something important. We can talk about that later. You haven't eaten yet, have you? We both stare at my stomach, and that grumbles on cue. No. Perfect. Dinner's on me. Let's go. Wait, what? Go where? It's almost 11. What's even open at this time? Javier made reservations to the escapade he's been passing. But he's passing, said he had too much to work on tonight. This late? He's a workaholic. What can you expect? So what do you say? I think I'll pass too. Today's been crazy, and I'm mentally and physically exhausted. Rose shakes its head disapprovingly. Alright, what do you want me to eat? Huh?
Forget the reservation. I'll order something instead.
But I thought your phone was broken.
I finally got a replacement from Javier earlier.
Well, in that case, you can order whatever. I'm not picky. He chuckles as he finishes zipping up his pants.
Got it. I'll surprise you.
There. It'll take a bit before the food's here. The wolf puts his new phone away before sitting down on the bed. Nice. What did you order?
You'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, I hope you're doing well after everything today. Hope it wasn't too traumatic.
Oh, it was okay. Definitely a new experience for me. But what about you? You've always been asking me how I've been, but I don't think I've ever stopped to ask about you. He ponders at me for a few seconds, seemingly thinking how to reply.
I'm fine.
Ro looks away, yet I can't help but glance or give back a smile. That's good. You said you were
Here for the convention, right? Any plans after?
I sigh at the thought of returning back home and applying for jobs. No, not much afterwards. Fly back, start reapplying for jobs. Look after the house, look after my mother. I stop myself as I realize I'm starting to ramble on. Sorry.
Don't be. Is your mother ill, if you don't mind me asking?
No, she's fine, at least physically. She was diagnosed with chronic depression shortly after my father passed away.
Sorry I asked.
No, it's okay. I've pretty much gotten used to it, for the most part. I take in a deep sigh and stare out the window.
Hey, can I ask a silly question? What is it?
Do you think there's life? Blind water. I'm dying. Do you think there's life out there in space? Do you believe in the greater power? Do you think time traveling will be a thing? Probably not this one. Do you believe in the greater power? Or time traveling? One of these two, I believe. Because I'm gonna think this is gonna go to his father. About how his death may be like pre-planned or whatever. But I'm not really God believing or it's so conflicting. I don't want to go back. I'll go back if it's important. I stare at my paws before focusing my attention at Ro. Do you think there's some kind of God out there? The wolf cranes his head, his brow furrows at my question.
No, do you?
I shake my head. Me neither. Maybe I did when I was little. All I remember was that after discovering about God, I thought there was someone out there watching over us. Over me. But I gave up on that thinking soon after my dad passed away. I know it's a pretty naive way of thinking, but what kind of God lets their people suffer?
I can't speak much about gods and such, but that is a naive way of thinking. The world is filled with its evils. What's wrong with wanting to feel safe?
I return a small smile as I find some comfort in his words. There isn't.
Things might be difficult at times, but it'll pass. It always does. And if that doesn't, well, you got bigger problems to worry about at that point.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we're gonna just. I'll do that one last. Oh, I got another stupid question.
It's not stupid. Go ahead.
My eyes fixate at the night sky before locking onto an airplane soaring by. Do you think there's life out there in space? I try to sound as serious as possible, but Rose shoots me a look.
Like aliens?
Yeah, kinda. Like, space is so vast, there's billions and billions of galaxies out there, each with their own planets. Maybe some of the places even have life, in their own societies and governments and creatures, living their own lives. their own struggles. Maybe even one of them is looking up at their own sky, wondering the same thing. He strokes his chin, lost in thought.
I've never thought about it like that. Maybe. Who knows?
I chuckle back at Ro, who looks confused.
Why do you ask? You don't look like an astronomer.
Well, sometimes when life's too much, I'm not sure what to do. I think about how small we all are in the grand scheme of things. How much we don't matter, and how silly all our problems are. I hope that makes sense. The wolf smiles back, and I can't help but follow.
You have a lot on your mind, don't you?
His words take me back, although I shouldn't be surprised that he could tell. It's pretty obvious that, at this point, probably not as much as you.
To be frank, I couldn't care less about aliens, or even most people, but we all have our own struggles. We just need to tackle them one at a time.
I nod, internalizing his words as I stare off in the darkened horizon. Okay, this is the final question, I promise. I give Ro an earnest smile, in which he returns a doubtful smirk.
I'm not your therapist, but go ahead.
He chuckles, and we both end up staring at the cityscape below. I watched this documentary before about time travel, and well, do you think it'll ever be real?
It's already real. We're moving through time in every moment.
Okay, smart guy. But do you think we could travel time? But do you think we can ever go back? Oh my god. But do you think we could ever travel back in time?
With how technology has been advancing these days, who knows? But I'm doubtful.
Would you travel back in time if you could? You'd be able to go back and fix your mistakes, and maybe even change the past. Because I know I would. Ro doesn't answer immediately, his face appearing conflicted with how he's staring at me. Eventually, he looks down at his lap, and then finally at me.
No, I wouldn't.
But why not? Simple.
I believe we're defined by our experiences, our failures, our accomplishments, our memories. It's what makes us who we are today. And I wouldn't want to be anyone else but me.
His words weigh heavily, and I can tell they're from the heart. Something about it puts me at ease. We sit there in a comforting silence for a few moments, admiring the scenery below.
I used to be like you once upon a time.
What do you mean?
Full of wonder and introspectiveness. It's a crazy world out there, Thea. And I don't blame you for feeling this way. Just make sure you don't lose sight of what's important to you, and you'll be alright.
I nod slowly. He gets up and smirks at me.
Next time you want to be more philosophical, give me a heads up. I was expecting a joke when he said silly. Looks like food's here. I might take a bit. Feel free to entertain yourself.
I give Ro an earnest smile as he picks up the TV remote and tosses it on the bed.
Thanks. Be back.
Man, that really drained me. I guess I could see what's on while I wait. I flip through the channels, and the local news station catches my attention.
Now bringing you the latest news. Large groups of protesters have gathered outside the city hall in protest against the new city bylaws. Locals say it's only a matter of time before things get chaotic.
The screen cuts out to a shot of what I can assume is a city of official being swarmed by a mob of people. Yikes, I wouldn't want to be him.
The new proposed law would allow zoning laws to be less strict, allowing companies to build their factories and waste management deeper into the city. Concerns were raised when locals discovered just how much pollutant would be dumped into the neighboring areas, particularly the sea. The mayor has commented that this is a quote, what the local economy needs to grow, end quote, but many of in these protests would disagree. I'm joined with the local now. Please, sir, can you tell me just how important this issue means to you?
There's a sudden weightness as my body touches something soft. Huh? Ro, what are you doing? I slowly get up and realize that I'm now on the bed. When did that happen?
Didn't mean to wake you. I saw you practically falling off the sofa.
Oh. I let out a long yawn, trying to remember what I was doing before I drifted off.
The food's on the counter.
How long did I sleep?
About 10 minutes.
My face starts to flush from embarrassment. See. My nose twitches at the smell of something fragrant off in the distance. I get up and immediately dumbfounded by the amount of pizza present. What the hell did you ordered 4 boxes?
You're not the only one with an appetite.
We spend the next little while devouring the pizza, only slowing down on the last box. Full. The wolf stretches his arms, revealing just how stuffed his stomach really is. Yeah, you can say that again. I feel like I could pass out at any moment.
You sure don't want seconds. I could order more.
I'm good. Any more and I'd throw up.
I thought you have a bigger stomach than that. Especially after everything today.
What's up?
You know, in terms of your situation, it's safe to say that whoever's in charge of the blackout, they won't be contacting you anymore. Javier and I suspect things had scared them off between sometime in the morning and evening when we arrived.
That's great to hear. Ro's ears briefly flatten, and for a moment, a frown flickers across his face. Right?
Our responsibility with you is over since there's no longer any threat.
Right. The wolf sighs and turns a bittersweet smile.
It's been an interesting and enjoyable 2 days with you, to say the least, but you really shouldn't be involved in this any more than you need to. You could have died earlier.
His words make sense, and I should be happy that it's finally over. But there's a feeling of emptiness that I can't shake off.
I nod back,
not really sure what to say. Is this what you wanted to talk about earlier? He nods back solemnly.
As much as I like having you around, I have a job to do, you understand?
I sigh. I know. Honestly, this was the first time I felt like I was doing something important in a long while. So this was a good opportunity in trying to prove something of myself. Though I feel like I can still do more if you let me, you know? Sorry, I'm rambling again. I know this is going to sound stupid, but I thought because you were looking after me, I let out an awkward chuckle and pull out the segmenter that's still in my pocket. I'm sure Javier told me, but I kind of botched the investigation earlier with this. I hand it back to Ro while staring at the ground, avoiding eye contact. Can we still hang out?
Sorry, we can't.
But why? I ask about without thinking. It's obvious why. I look up and see Ro conflicted.
You should go.
He looks like he wants to tell me something, but is holding back. Okay. Thanks for everything, and let Javier know too. I turn around and make my way for the exit.
Theodore, take care.
I shouldn't try and get too attached. I should have known from the start that our friendship would have been temporary. At least everything's back to normal. It feels weird being in here. Despite everything, these past 2 days might just be the highlight of my trip. As crazy as that sounds, I sigh as the empty feeling grows more apparent. I need to get a grip, but I'm not sure what's wrong with me. Maybe a bath will clear my mind. I glance down at the tub, and then my gaze shifts to the bruise on my thigh. Definitely looks worse than it feels. I'm glad Ro was able to look at it. Ro. I'm still not sure what to think of what happened earlier, but I slowly groped myself, recalling the smell and the taste of the large maroon wolf. Fuck. No, I shouldn't. I should try to plan out what to do tomorrow instead. Oh shit. I panic and turn the valve shut before the water overflows. Just how long was I spacing out for? I carefully lower myself into the tub, the hot water spilling from my weight. Whatever, I'll clean it up later. The hot water envelops me, and I'm finally able to relax. No more weird texts. No more fights. No more putting my life at risk. No more Ro. Such a loser. Why can't I do anything right? I carefully wipe the tears streaming down my face, trying not to spill any more water. I sink further down into the bath, the empty feeling growing even stronger. Nothing really matters anymore. I move my arms trying to rub my nose, but that's when I realize just how cold the water is. How long was I out? Shit, I'm freezing. I drain the water and get out, checking my phone for the time. Did I really fall asleep for an hour? I look down and frown at my bruise, still causing my discomfort. I should get some ice for that, down the hall. No one's going to be awake at this time of night. A towel should be fine. I trod towards the ice machine, trying my best to think positively. It's a vacation. I'm supposed to be relaxing, not crying. My expression darkens as I finally reach the machine, only to find it's not working. Today fucking sucks. I wipe another small tear beading from my eye. I'm just gonna sleep. I slowly slope back to my room when I notice Ro at my door, peering his head into my room. I try my best not to look like a moping piece of shit and approach the wolf. Hey. The wolf points to my towel, and my face immediately heats up. How ironic. I just took a bath, and I wanted to get some ice but the machine was broken.
Is this a bad time?
No, it's fine. Is something wrong? Did I forget something?
Nothing's wrong. I just want to talk.
Oh sure, come in then. I quickly throw on some clean clothes as Ro makes his way into my room, silently staring out the window. So what did you want to talk about?
What's on your mind?
Not much. I guess just thinking about what to do tomorrow. What about you?
What were you going to say earlier about me looking after you?
His question catches me off guard, and I'm feeling flustered. I did say that, didn't I? I know the investigation is over, but I thought you'd stay with me longer because of what we said, because of what we did earlier. Sorry. I see Rose staring at me through the reflection on the glass. They're talking about the time they did it. He lets out a sigh, and I finally approaches me, clearly upset.
Don't apologize. I should have just told you earlier. I don't want you around because I'd only put you at risk. That's it.
Yeah. I know. You know, I really felt like I was making a difference when I was tagging along. He extends out his arms, holding me tightly.
You did, and I'm impressed.
What? I stammer over myself, trying to find the words to conceal my embarrassment.
You saved me, Javier. You obliged to follow us and help me get several leads, and you never once complained about it.
He looks at me closely, as if trying to understand me better. I would be lying if I didn't say I was quite fond of you and your resiliency.
But when it comes down to it, you have to realize that you're a civilian without formal training. There are legal concerns, and we could face problems if anything happens to you. Today should have been an eye-opener for all of us. He points to his shoulder. We initially thought your incident was minor, but it escalated into something dealing with a gang, and now he's subject to a major crime syndicate is involved. Just because you got out clean this time doesn't mean you can the next, especially when they've got firearms. His tone is gentle and sensible. I know. It's just, I feel like this is my responsibility too. Blackout was targeting me and Monty, and now they've disappeared. I want to get to the bottom of this too, and make a difference or something. He wraps me in his arms and sighs. His grip is His grip is tight, but reassuring. I thought it was over, and I hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass, but if you're aware of the risks, then let's talk about this tomorrow with the three of us. Maybe Javier can figure something out and pull some strings. No promises, though. Is that what you want? My eyes light up and Ro notices. I'll take that as a yes. Yeah. Thank you. He gently pats me on the head before letting go. Come down to the lobby tomorrow at noon. We'll figure something out. Also, no, get some rest. Hold up. No. Holy shit. This guy's built, though. Sorry. I nod back, feeling a sense of peace wash over me as I watch Ro leave. Good night. Alright, and that's where we'll end it, at day 3. Wow, that was a lot in just 2 days. It felt like it's been a week. Jesus. Startled awake by a low rumble, I bolt upright and peer out the window, blinking against the bright light. My heart races, trying to calm down the noise. What a storm. Hey there, guys. As you might have heard, my voice was cracking out during, like, the last few points. Yeah. I don't normally read visual novels for this long, like, as much as I did today. It was like, what, 4 hours? Yeah. I decided I'll make a change. That I was gonna push forward to pre-recording everything. I know I say this every time, and I try, but like, I finally got like a good spot to read without getting distracted. So I think I'm finally gonna be good at that, or okay with like reading longer, because I get distracted sitting in my chair. Like my butt is just not comfortable sitting on that chair. So yeah. Also, if you guys like this VN, it will be in the link down in the description down below on the Itch.io page. Or the Itch.io page will be in the link down in the description. If you want to support the Patreon, or not my, if you want to support their Patreon, that will be in the link down in the description down below, as well as where to find their socials and other forms of support if you want to support the project. It's not my project, it's made by Radcanine. Oh, wrong thing again. You know, maybe I should read this. Maybe, eventually. Let me check what they are. We got Christmas. Oh, we have a hollow. Oh, the first case? Alright, maybe I'll read this like. While helping out Dust, Javier finds a memento from his first investigation. Maybe I'll read this then. Okay. Not now, but like, actually maybe now. But, yeah. I'll read this. I'll read it. I'll read them all. So yeah. Oh, I didn't know there was more. Holy. So yeah, whatever time it is for you guys, good morning, good night, good day. Have a good day at work. Love you guys. I really do. I cherish you guys. Thank you for watching the videos though. Wow, that's a lot of people. I'm mesmerized by this. These VNs are work. It's like such work.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed your stay or enjoyed the VN or me reading. If you do want to read this for yourself, it will be in the link down in the description on the HTML page will be. So I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Bye. See you guys next time. The next video is like right there. Click on it. Bye.